Pleasure principle. Did you know that pleasure is one of those things that is a key? It's like a map to figuring out what is right for who you are. It maybe is obvious, but as you break down into values and strengths and temperament and mission, these are all four things that commonly we cover as coaches so that you can get into alignment with who you are and what you want to be doing in the world, your direction and your purpose. In order to find those, the key is pleasure. What have you enjoyed doing? Like, so for strengths, for example, you might be good at a lot of things, right? And you can name out those things that you're really good at, but a lot of them are skills that you have learned because you needed to. Not all of them are endemic strengths. You can figure out your endemic strengths when you look at what parts of these give you real pleasure, right? Where do you find the pleasure? You can do that in values too. What do you value in the world? What do you value about what you're doing? When you're in alignment with your true values, there's a rightness that feels really good. Same is true with your temperament, right? So you might think it would be really great, culture tells us we should be outward going and, effusive and engage with people, and you might find there is a sense of dread that you have when you go out into crowds. Listen to that, right? Because maybe you need to emphasize more individual connection or being alone more. Like your pleasure, where your pleasure is in relation to how you are in the world is going to help you find what's true for who you are. It's also going to keep you motivated doing the things you want to do. So finding pleasure, I'm not talking about like pleasure of getting drunk or, eating vast quantities of food. I'm talking about the kind of pleasure that is paired with smart, with your values and with your strengths, right? So I guess what I'm talking about is motivation needs to come from a place of honest integrity. And that integrity is going to be helped. You can find it through pleasure. The will has smart will, good will, strong will, and I'm going to say pleasurable will, right? So strong will, we know, push it, right? Get strong will, but strong will is not enough to keep you on your path. You've also got to have your values connected. That's good will. And you've also got to have your intelligence connected. You've got to figure out what makes sense, right? You've got to do it in a way that's smart. And part of that is the pleasure. Okay, going circular, pleasure, I'm all for it. I want more of it in the world. People are nicer. People are nicer when they feel pleasure. All right, talk to you soon.